Hey everyone, welcome to today's webinar where I am talking about how HR departments can harness the power of Studio. As an HR leader myself, I obviously use Studio every single day. It has helped me in so many of my different HR initiatives, from hiring to culture content to training. There are so many different use cases for Studio that allow me to be a great HR leader and one who really engages with our employees and our community and our future employees. And so today I'm going to go over a few different ways that you can also utilize Studio. And as it's 2024 and technology is at the forefront of everything we do, people aren't really filling out paper applications anymore. They're online, they're engaging with your communities. And Studio allows you to create the content that you need to help out with that. So I'm going to start out with just going through some of the common HR challenges that there are and how these are solved with Studio. And these are all challenges that I myself have faced over the years. And we've implemented all of these new features within Studio that help us to face these challenges head on and turn them into wins. So the first one I have here is the culture content gap. So a lot of the times in the HR world, we may not be super adept in media creation and editing videos and doing all these things. Studio gives you the platform to create content, to record content or upload content directly into the platform. It's then edited by our professional video editors. And I'll go throughout this webinar and I'll tell you more and more about it, but there are so many different features that help you collect the content from your employees, from your community, to help create this engaging culture content that will in turn kind of address our next challenge here, which is weak talent attraction. The first thing that candidates will do whenever they're applying for a job or trying to learn more about a company is they'll go look them up on Instagram. They'll look them up on LinkedIn. They'll check out all of their social media channels to see, what it's like a day in the life at that company. So now with Studio, I have created so much culture content that lives on our social media. So whenever these potential candidates come and look up MarketScale, they can see all of this content. They can see the fun day-to-day around the office. They can see the employee spotlights and learn more about someone that may be a future colleague for them. So that weak talent attraction is something that is directly solved as well. And then low engagement. Studio allows for everybody to be a participant in your content creation. So I'll go over this throughout the webinar, but things such as open links, engage with your employees. And especially now with, a lot of employees being remote all over the country, it's not as easy to engage with them face-to-face, one-on-one as it used to be whenever everyone was in the office. And so Studio allows them to directly engage and create content from wherever they are in the world. And then next challenge is a training deficit. So training content is hard to create. It's hard to find the experts who can speak to whatever that training material is about, because it's not always just the HR person that's going to know that content or that topic. Studio allows you to request content from those experts within your company to help you create that training content that can then lead to, helping out on the education and retention side with your employees. So if they're educated, if they're continuously learning and expanding their skill sets, they're going to be happy. And so Studio helps out with that. And the next challenge I have here is hiring delays. So something that I have struggled with in the past is all of the time that you have to dedicate to hiring and recruiting. And so Studio has a unique way in helping out with that, and we'll go over it more in a few slides from now, but being able to use Studio to screen employees. So I used to be on the phone all of the time with potential candidates, and now I can send them a link to request a video in Studio where they can upload or record directly within Studio, telling us more about themselves. So maybe their skill set, their experience, things that they want us to know about them. And we can in turn take that video and learn more about them instead of having to take the time to get on the phone and, maybe it's not the right fit and everything. So having to wait and schedule those calls as well can be difficult. So those hiring delays, those challenges are going to be solved with Studio. So throughout my presentation, I'm going to go through a couple different use cases for Studio for HR leaders that can really revolutionize the way that you are managing all of your HR initiatives, from hiring to retention to training to culture content. So I'm going to go over that. So first, I'm going to start out with community-generated content. So I'll refer to it as CGC for short throughout this presentation, just to save us a little time. But CGC harnesses the authentic voices of employees, enriching company culture and enhancing recruitment by showcasing genuine experiences and team spirit. So I have a little video here I'm going to show you, and I'll share this full video with you guys after this presentation. But this video kind of goes over a little how-to of how I recently, a few months ago, used Studio to create this awesome company culture video from an event we did. So we went to the State Fair of Texas. We go every year, we do a scavenger hunt. This past year, we invited all of our family and friends to come with us, and everyone around the park was getting footage. It's authentic footage right on your iPhone. You don't need a professional camera to do this. And then I had them all upload everything and tag it with, I think it was Fair Day 2023. And then we created a very cool company culture video from all of this collective footage that we got from everyone. So I'm going to share this video. I'm only going to play like the first minute or two of it, just to kind of show you a little how-to behind the scenes.
Hey there, I am Emily Rector. I am our Senior Director of People and Development here at MarketScale, and I wanted to show you guys how to create an awesome culture video, and I'm using a real-life, real-world example that's happening right now. So last Friday, 3 days ago, we went to the State Fair of Texas as an entire team, and we did a scavenger hunt. We rode all the rides and ate all the fried foods we could, but part of the scavenger hunt was to get videos of everything. So I have a ton of videos to share, and I'm going to collect them all and create an awesome video, and it's going to help out so much with our recruiting and all of the different HR initiatives that I have whenever we're creating this awesome culture video. So come along. Now it's Monday morning, I'm back at the office, and I need all that footage. So I'm about to send out an email to everybody that says, hey, upload your footage to Studio, you know how to do it already, and use the tag Fair Day 2023 so I can make sure I keep track of everybody's footage. People's footage is already coming through, and it's so great to see all of the fun moments that everybody captured at the fair. Okay, so we got all of the footage in from everybody who went.
So I'll stop it there, but the rest of the video I walk through creating just a video direction for the completed video. So I'll share the full video after this webinar. And then I'm going to move on to our next slide here. There we go. And so community-generated culture content is something that comes from all of this collected videos from everyone across your organization. And it doesn't have to be a big, crazy event like we did. We went to the state fair, we went to the Rangers parade, we went to a Rangers game. But you can also do just things around the office, small things. Maybe it's an employee spotlight and you're getting footage from everybody kind of telling about this person or what you like about this person, and creating a really cool employee spotlight video. There's so many different types of videos that you can create. But with Studio, it's super easy because you can send out an open link. It's just a URL. You can send it out to everyone in your organization. They can click that link and they can upload or record content right there within Studio. And with tags, so for example, we use the MarketScale Fair Day tag. All of the tags are all in one place. So all of the content that gets uploaded or recorded is all easily organized. And so I'm going to show you guys some examples. So this is an open link example. So once you sent that open link to your organization, they would click on it, and this is what they would see. They would see a prompt. I'm sharing an example here of a Why Dallas prompt that we're sending out right now. This is something that is a big project for us. We're currently collecting all of the videos from everyone in our organization and our community to talk about, why we think Dallas is a great place for businesses and what we love about Dallas. And we're sending it all over. So anytime they click on this link, this is what they're prompted with. So they can record a video directly within Studio, or they can upload a video. So anyone with this link will have access. It's ideal for mass participation, and it's a great way to collect all that video. So once you've collected all of that video, this is what you're going to see. So you're going to see your tag. So this is our Why Dallas tag. All of these videos right here are all the videos from our people that they've uploaded directly into Studio with all of their Why Dallas videos. You can see everybody. You can scroll through here and click on them. And then this is just a great way to have it all organized, all in one place with tags. And then so I'm going to show you guys an example video of a little video we did a few weeks ago. So a few weeks ago at the beginning of April, there was a total solar eclipse here in Dallas. It was a huge deal. We, being fortunate enough to work in downtown Dallas, we got to go and see the eclipse for ourselves. And obviously, as the HR leader, I thought it would be a great way to get some content and create a fun video. And what was awesome about Studio is I was able to get everybody's videos using the open link, have it all organized with tags, and then our video editing team actually edited it same day and we posted it. Obviously, the solar eclipse was very timely content. It happened that day, and we were able to post it later that afternoon. So we were able to post it very timely, and it was just a fun, short, little social media video that we did. I'm just going to share it just so you can have some inspiration and just kind of an example of a fun, quick video that you can do. And obviously, this was all filmed on iPhone as well.
Wise man once said, when the solar eclipses, you go look at it.
We're just about there. Are you ready? There we go, folks.
Wasn't that so fun? And it was short and engaging, and we posted it to our social media channels that afternoon, and it was timely content and it was easy to record. We just used our iPhones. It wasn't some big production, and it was easy. So that was all done through the power of Studio. And I just love that example. It's just a great example of, you get to also kind of peek into a day in the life at MarketScale and some of the fun that we get to do around the office, especially being in Dallas and having these just access to the experiences that we do. So next I'm going to move into recruiting. So using Studio to collect candidate screening videos streamlines hiring, allowing for more personal candidate evaluations and collaborative team decision making. So I think for me, recruiting has been the most transformative action I've seen using Studio. It saves me so much time whenever it comes to screening candidates. I now have a recruiting team as well who will start utilizing this as well, which has been just exciting to see. So I'm going to kind of go over a few of the innovating hiring processes that Studio can help you with. So replacing phone screens. As I mentioned, this has been huge for me. Not only are you saving time on just the call with the person, that first initial kind of screening call to see if they're even the right fit before you're moving on to those kind of full-blown interviews and having them come into the office and the Zoom interviews and all of that, just screening them to see if they're even the right fit. Studio has saved so much time on this, but also the time it takes to just kind of go back and forth with someone about, are you free Wednesday? Are you free Thursday at 2 p.m.? No, I'm not, but I'm free at Friday at 3 p.m. Saving so much time because you're just sending them an open link. You're sending them just like you would to your internal organization to upload that culture content. You're sending them an open link to submit their screening video. And you can ask them a few different questions, kind of, having them keep it short. Maybe it's just a 2 to 3 minute video. It's asking them, hey, what is your skill set? What's your experience? What are you looking for in your next opportunity? It's a great way to kind of get these in-depth insights and kind of gain a better understanding of that candidate before starting the full interview process. It also allows you to, especially if you're a remote team, you're able to see how that person, is presenting themselves on camera. So if they're especially going to be someone that might be potentially talking to clients or speaking with potential clients, maybe they're going to be on the sales team, you can see how their kind of professionalism is and their manners are on camera. And then collaborative hiring. So you can share the videos and you can use tags to keep them all organized and share it with the other people in the hiring team. So maybe you're working with the head of the operations team to hire a new operations manager. You're getting all of these studio video candidates videos in, and you're able to share them directly with that leader of the operations team. And then that person can get into studio and they can scroll through and they can watch all the videos. You can kind of have them give you feedback, and then you can kind of move on through the interview process from there. And then number one, like I've mentioned before, efficiency. You're saving so much time and so many resources during the recruitment process because it's saving so much time up front. And then it allows you to do, some other things. For example, another great use case for Studio in the hiring side is having you and for example, your leader of your operations team do a podcast together about that open job role. We call it a jobcast. And you can, have them kind of bounce ideas and go back and forth about what the perfect candidate looks like in this role. And so your candidates can watch that jobcast and they can say, oh, I have the perfect experience for that. This is what they're looking for. I have this background and this skill set that will align perfectly with this. And so it's a great way to also advertise that you're hiring as well. So you can post it on LinkedIn, and you can have your community share it out, and you can have your organization share it out, and you can kind of spread the word a bit more about a certain role that you're hiring for. So a lot of different innovations and different ways to revolutionize your hiring process with Studio and allow it to help you grow and engage with your community. So that's the hiring process. Next, I'm going to talk about training and development. So Studio enables training videos that bring learning to life, making it easier and more engaging for employees to pick up new skills and deepen their knowledge. So training and creating training content has always been difficult, and I can't imagine even doing it without Studio. So Studio has a couple different ways that you can utilize Studio to create training content. And now with just a world that's more involved with short form, engaging content, you can tailor your training content to be like that as well. It doesn't have to be, hour-long training videos that are boring and hard to watch. It could be little short form clips. So something that we do here at MarketScale is we do a daily little micro learning. We call it our scale sessions. And it's just a 1 minute, maybe it's 2 minute long video, but it's a daily hit of this training content. And maybe it's something about a new studio feature, or maybe it's a way that we want to engage with our clients in our community. We do it in these little short form learning moments and called micro learnings. And that's something I encourage you to do as well. Training doesn't have to be a week-long seminar where you learn all the time. It can be daily. It can be these short form content pieces that just enforce that kind of repetitiveness of just that learning that you have and all of the different skill sets needed for everyone in the organization. But something that you can use Studio for is to leverage expertise. So something that I like to do in my micro learnings, it's not me every morning in the video. It might be Brandon from the client services team, like you see here. He created a short little video that I then had edited, and the editors put B-roll into it and created a little 1-minute video about our Studio platform and leveraging expert requests within Studio. And so you can send requests to anyone in your organization. Maybe you want to send something to one of the engineers because there's a new feature in a new product, and you want a short, little piece of content that tells more about that innovation, and you want to share it with your whole entire team. That's a great way to do it. You can send him a request on Studio. He can record, he can upload directly within Studio, and then our professional video editors can turn it around very quickly and have you that training content that you need. And then, like I've said before, professional editing. So video editors will refine and enhance your video for a polish, finish, and consistency. So if you have a training series, for example, my micro learnings, I do those every day. They all have that same kind of lower thirds. They all have the same B-roll. The editors will understand this, especially now with brand books. You'll be able to have all of that laid out in there for that consistent just vibe of your training content as well. And then engagement, obviously, increase employee engagement and knowledge retention. Something that's super crucial for retaining employees is making sure they are continuously learning. Learning obviously leads to innovation. It leads to new ideas. It leads to employees who are happy and excited about what they're doing. So training doesn't always have to be boring. It can be very engaging and exciting, and it helps overall with your employee retention as well. So that is the end of my presentation, but just to kind of recap a little bit of the different use cases of Studio for HR teams, I went over obviously our culture content. So that community generated content, that videos that you can create for your community, you can post into social media, you can do employee spotlights, you can do events, you can do just your day-to-day around the office. There are so many different things that you can do for your culture content. And then, of course, you have all of the different efficiencies that come along with using Studio for hiring. So getting those screenings and collaborating with your hiring team on that content and seeing who is a good candidate and who can move on to the next step in your interview process. And then finally, the training content, utilizing the experts within your organization to create the training content with you, making it collaborative, and also getting to hear those voices from throughout your community as well. So hopefully that was helpful for everyone. I will share this PowerPoint, and I'll also share the full video of the community generated content video that I showed at the beginning. But it was great to share this with you guys. If you ever have questions related to how you can utilize Studio or any ideas, I would love to speak with you and bounce ideas off of you. But thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.